Can AI fix your audit findings for you? That's what we're going to look at today with our new AI feature in our EQMS software called Formwork. And we are open regulatory. We are a company trying to help startups enter the market, developing medical devices. And among other things, we offer like free templates for medical device compliance and a software which automates your compliance, which is very, very affordable in contrast to our competitors. So let's dive right in. And I actually have a real world example for you today from a real audit we actually had in Berlin. And this wasn't a notified body audit, so this wasn't one of the companies in the EU you pay to audit you, and it's about as shady as it sounds. No, instead, this was like the local state authority, the competent authority in Berlin, auditing us. And let's just say these auditors in the state authorities in Germany are not among the most technically proficient people on the planet regarding software. So most of them have not written a line of code in their life, but they audit the software medical device manufacturers in Berlin. So you can come to your own conclusions on how useful that sounds. Regardless, they had this audit finding for one of our software products, which we brought to market. And the finding essentially was like, hey, we want you to collect all emails of all your users in your app, because that's how we think things should be done. Regardless of how kind of like illegal this sounds under the GDPR, but this was their opinion, and they really stuck to their opinion, so there was no discussion there. So regardless of how useful you think this suggestion is, let's go ahead and implement it in our regulatory documentation, because that's what compliance work is about, right? So if we go to our EQMS software, you can see you have your documents here. And the one really, really cool thing here is we offer free templates for everyone on our website. But in our EQMS software, they are also kind of like integrated here, so you can just copy paste them from this section called Open Regulatory Templates, which I think personally is really, really cool. Now, we probably should make a change to our SOP post-market surveillance, because collecting user emails probably is related to post-market surveillance. So we can like read this SOP here, and that's pretty cool. And we could edit it here, but this looks super painful. Now we have to scroll through everything, and we have to like type text like, oh, this sounds very painful. Can we just let AI do it instead? So how about we do that? So we go back and actually, we have this new button, edit with AI. That sounds amazing. And there's a robot here that also looks amazing. Okay. Oh, this is like Formwork's AI document editor. It's like a chat interface, and I can just like instruct it here to make changes for me. So that's super amazing. So I can say, our auditor requires us to collect emails of all our users of our medical device software. Please adapt this document accordingly. Okay, send that. And then the AI is kind of like making these changes to the document. And it should be fairly fast, because I don't expect a lot of changes. Oh, we're already done. Okay. Here, edit a requirement to collect users' email addresses, blah, 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 for communication purposes. Yeah, whatever. This is just illegal under the GDPR, most likely, but we're just passing our audit, right? And our auditors are not very technically proficient, which is a very realistic use scenario, by the way, in the real world. Oh, and you can see, check this out, you can see the addition in green. So it made this change to the document. So that's super amazing. So we didn't have to read through this entire document, and most likely the AI got it right, because the AI is pretty good at reading documents very fast. So we go back to this AI screen, accept the changes, and this is done. You can see the changes here, and that's done already. So that's amazing. But maybe, this was only the SOP, right? So maybe we also need to make a change to the post-market surveillance plan, because that goes into more details. So let's actually go ahead and copy this prompt. And I already prepared this, so I already copied over our template for the post-market surveillance plan, which is a bit more lengthy document referring to a product. And we also want to make this change here, right? So we go here, edit with AI, copy over this prompt, send it, and then probably this will take slightly longer, because the changes here are a bit more elaborate. Okay, it was pretty fast still. So let's take a look, scroll down, check this out here. So we have like a new, we have an addition here in this first section, including collection of users' emails for follow-up and communication, blah, 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 blah. And then here's like another section where it even added some instructionary text, which is pretty cool. And that's it. So now we can kind of like accept the changes and we're done. So that's super amazing. So we just fixed an audit finding with AI in what, like 5 minutes. And I guess like there are pros and cons to this. I think like firstly, I think this is super amazing because it enables you to make changes really quickly, and it enables you to not have to read entire documents and make the changes yourself. So I think that's really, really cool. But there are also drawbacks here, and I think we saw like some of them superficially. So for example, the AI doesn't make changes to multiple documents. You still have to select the document which you'd like to change. So in the future version, we might have an AI model which kind of like can read and edit multiple documents simultaneously, but right now we don't have that yet. So that's still like a human job to do. And a bigger question and a very interesting one is kind of like it still doesn't really replace like a super senior regulatory person, because the super senior regulatory person has more regulatory compliance knowledge in the back of their minds. So they could kind of like say like, oh, maybe, hold on, the post-market surveillance plan is maybe not quite the right section to make this change, and maybe we should make it in another document. Or maybe there might be another suggestion on like, well, maybe we shouldn't be collecting users' email addresses and we should come up with another technical implementation which anonymizes it or whatever and is a bit more GDPR compliant. Or we kind of like push back against the auditor findings. So these are kind of like meta ideas on how to handle this audit finding, which are not really like attached to just rewriting a document, but more like interacting with humans and making changes on a level which is higher than just editing one document. So regardless, I still think this is extremely exciting. And as the AI people always kind of like say, what we're having here today is just like the worst it's ever gonna be. So from here on, the improvements are just gonna like stack up on top of this. So we'll see, and I'm super excited. Regardless, this feature is shipping today, so you get this feature right now in Formwork. Based on your Formwork plan, you have different limits on how often you can use this. If we look at Formwork's pricing, you can see it's super, super affordable in contrast to our competitors, which have crazy pricing. So you can even get it for free, and you can sign up right now and get started. And even that has some rate-limited implementation of this AI chat, which I think is really cool. And then most commonly, as a startup, you can upgrade to 99 euros per month. That's a flat price, which is insane. So you don't have like per seat pricing. And the most expensive plan clocks in at only 499 euros per month, which is still a multiple cheaper than all our competitors. And you can cancel monthly. There's no commitment, so that's pretty amazing. Check out Formwork if you want to get started with the best e-commerce software for startups, and also like the only e-commerce software, to my knowledge, which is both geared towards startups and has this level of AI features right now.